If you look at the price of Bitcoin, if market break out on this level of important resistance right here, then in my opinion, the next all-time high is inevitable. I'll be discussing this in detail in this very video. And if you look at Ethereum, we see this very divergence on price action. And from this very area, market do go back down, and we have this very move all the way to the upside. So what next for the market? Because a lot of folks are saying that market is going to come back down again before the next move all the way to the upside. And some persons are saying market is going to from here begin to move all the way to the upside. Let's look at the possible scenario on this very price action because it's very important for altcoins. And if you look at Blum, I believe that at this very point where the market is right now is the last point for retracement. Look at it. Market move upward, and then we see this correction all the way to the downside. So retracement have ended in my opinion, and market is going to begin to move all the way to the upside on the price of Blum. Many more in this very video on the price of Blum. And if you look at Pi is not looking good, but if we see a breakout on this level of important resistance right at this very point, the market is going to begin to move all the way to the upside, and it will be good for pioneers. All of these and many more in this very video. So pay attention, watch the video all the way to the very end. The first thing here is the price of Bitcoin. If we begin to see the price of Bitcoin come back all the way to the downside to this very point, then definitely even Ethereum that is moving right here is going to come back all the way to the downside as well, which is not good. But what I am expecting right now on the price of Bitcoin is for the market to make significant move. And if we can see the market move upward and break on this level of important resistance, that is create a new high, higher than this high at this very point of $110,500, then market is going to create a new all-time high, higher than the point where we see the market at $111,800. This is my personal opinion on this very price action right now. So once market move upward, okay, and then we see a bullish candle that close above this very high right here, then market have capability of moving all the way to the upside. And this is what I am paying attention to right now on this very price action. And that is why you too, you need to pay attention to this, because if this happen, you may not catch the move, because market is going to move sporadically all the way to the upside. And this is what we need to pay attention to right now on this very price action. And if you come back a little bit to the 1-day chart, because the 1-day chart have a different scenario at this very point. If you look at it, we have this very strong level of resistance that is on the 1-day chart right on this very price action BTCUSDT. And if you look at this resistance right here, is the same resistance that is resisting the market from moving upward. That means a bullish candle from the bulls all the way upward and close above this very area of resistance will definitely make the market to move all the way to the upside. But on the high side, I am expecting the 1-day chart, if we see this very candle forming today, close bearish and close below this very bullish candle right here, then it means that the market is going to come back down a little bit, approaching the CPI data that is going to come out next week Tuesday. Then market is going to begin to move all the way to the upside. This is my personal opinion, because market will definitely react to that CPI data. Of course, we don't know what the expectation is for the CPI data, but before the end of this very week, we're going to see that expectation on Forex Factory. So pay attention to this, guys. If this candle forming right now on BTC USD 1-day chart close bearish below this very bullish candle, then we're going to see the market come back down on the 1-day chart. And this is very important. And if you look at ETH here, it is discovered that the price of Ethereum have been very, very bullish for the past few hours, and market has been moving all the way to the upside, especially this very week of trading. If you look at it, this very spike is not very good, because that is where the market is right now. We have a big spike at this very point before the market begin to come all the way to the downside, and in that very area is where the market is right now. I know a lot of people are not paying attention to this very area because this is a rejection candle before the market begin to come back all the way to the downside, which means there are a lot of sellers at this very point on price action. So sellers are seated right here, sellers are seated right here, and that is why the market is having difficulty breaking here all the way to the upside. And even though we see markets begin to move upward, this very level of important resistance as well will also have to react to the market. Look at it right here. This very point will react to the market. So these are the barriers that is on ETH that market need to overcome before we will see significant move on the price of ETH. Remember, this is ETH 1-day chart. Once we can break this, then market is going to shoot above $3,000. This is my personal opinion and what I am actually looking at on price action right now on the 1-day chart ETH. So this very point is an important level of resistance. That is why we are seeing this struggle on price action at this very point. A breakout here is going to make the market move into this very point. And if we break here, market is going to shoot above the $3,000. Definitely, I don't expect the market to be below $3,000 at this very point if we break above this very point of important resistance, because it's a very important resistance on this very price action. Why? Because market from here move all the way to the downside. So a breakout on this very point is going to make the market to move all the way to the upside. Pay attention to this to be in the right direction of the market. And if you look at the ETH 4-hour chart, it discovered that the market from here have been moving all the way to the upside this very week of trading. Okay, so definitely market have possibility of moving upward a little bit and then come back down maybe to this very point before the next move all the way to the upside, still within this area of important resistance that is on the 1-day chart. So market can be moving upward on the 4-hour chart. Meanwhile, on the 1-day chart, which is the higher time frame, market showing very dull momentum. So this is very important right now on price action. I am not expecting a crazy move all the way to the upside on Ethereum, although it happened on the 4-hour chart. Market have been moving here all the way to this very point, so market have possibility of coming back down a little bit, okay, before the next move to the upside. And this is what you need to pay attention to right now because of this very move that started early day before yesterday. So this is very important for all of us that is expecting Ethereum to move upwards so that every other altcoin is beginning to have maybe significant bullish move all the way to the upside, so that there will be optimism that the altcoin season is already around the corner or already happening. So this is what you need to pay attention to right now. Market is going to revolve around this very area on the 4-hour chart. Remember, this very area is that very strong resistance level that we see on the 1-day chart. So this is what I am looking at right now on the price of Ethereum. A little drop before the next move to the upside on the 4-hour chart. And if you look at the Blum chart right here, it is covered that I've been talking about market coming all the way to the downside, and the exact same thing, market come back down into this very point, and from here we begin to see significant bullish candle. This is a kind of bullish candle I want to see to be very sure that volume is already in the market and that the market is going to begin to move all the way to the upside. So if you look at it and we draw our Fibonacci retracement tool from this very point where the move started to this very area, okay, it is covered that the market right now enter into the golden pocket area right here, and from this very point market is going to move upward, especially because of this very bullish candle right here that we see on this very price action. I am very confident that this very retracement that happened all the way from here to this very point have ended, and that the market is going to begin to from here move all the way to the upside gradually. And I don't expect an aggressive pump on this very price all the way to the upside. It can happen, but what I am expecting is a gradual movement, retracement, market move upward, retracement, just like that, moving forward. This is what you need to pay attention to right now to be in the right direction of the market on the price of Blum. And if you look at the 1-day chart, it is covered at the 1-day chart right here. This very candle closed significantly bullish compared to the last bearish candle right at this very point. So since we have this kind of move on this very 1-day chart, then it also signifies that market is going to move upward. Why? Because if you look at the way the market has been moving all the way to the downside, we've not seen this very candle on price action. Remember, this very level on the Fibonacci retracement is already the golden pocket, and that is why I am expecting the market to begin to move all the way to the upside. So if we take the same Fibonacci 2 and we measure from here to this very point, okay, on the 1-day chart, it is covered that is the same point, okay, the golden pocket right here, and market have high capability of moving all the way to the upside on this very price action Blum. I'm going to give Blum USDT 4-hour chart trade on the Telegram channel. So if you've not joined the Telegram channel, join right now. Link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel. Join to take that trade for day or intraday trading. And if you look at the Pi price action, the Pi price charts have not been doing well. Of course, I've been looking at market coming back down, and exact same thing we've been seeing on the price of Pi. And of course, I know that a lot of pioneers are not happy with this very price since the market hit that $1 level. Market has been coming all the way to the downside. No significant stable price on the price of Pi. If we see price pump all the way to the upside, definitely market is going to come back down or come back down even below the price it pumps from. And this is not good for the token and also for investors. And if you look at this very area, for anything to happen on Pi, I am looking at this market to move upward and break this level of important resistance. Why this resistance? Because that is where we see the market move from in the past. At this very point, market move upward, come back down, move up a little bit, and then come back down to create a new low. Lower than the previous low at this very point. Not only that it created a new low, it created a new close. Look at it right here. A new close at this very point. The previous close was at this very area. That means market should first of all break this very area, because this is a very significant resistance. This support right here, will act as a resistance for the market. So market should break out on this very area before we can say market have high capability of moving all the way to the upside on the price of Pi. This is what you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. Of course, the price of Pi is not looking good. And if you look at this very price action, there is no strength, no momentum. Market is just moving choppily and is very, very dull. That is why I prefer that we wait and see what price is going to do next, because if you think of taking this trade from here, you may have this resistance hit the market all the way to the downside, which will not be good at all. That is why a waiting is needed for the market to break out, okay, with a significant bullish candle. If that happens, then it will give us a high chance of market moving from here all the way to the upside. Pay attention to this. And if you come to coin market cap, it is covered that the global crypto market capitalization have increased significantly from $3.33 trillion, what we saw previous time, to $3.38 trillion, despite the fact that the price of Bitcoin have not been moving that much and the price of Ethereum have not been moving that much. We've seen increase in the global crypto market capitalization. It also means that liquidity is flowing into other altcoins that I am not doing price action on right here. And this is very important. Pay attention to this. And if you look at the fear and greed index, is still at the neutral position at 52% right here. And if you look at the trending coin Chronos, which is CRO, crypto.com coin, is trending all of the way to the upside. Very importantly, you have Flocky right here. It's also making significant move all the way to the upside. Pay attention to all of these to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel. If you want to watch my other videos on the channel, check this video out. It's going to help you. And check this video out as well. It's going to help you greatly. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.